Hello everyone and Happy New Year. Usually around this time I make some videos that are not exactly about mathematics, but about aspects of my job, some updates about young measures or my career transitions. And this time around I want to tell you about my likely schedule for the spring semester. It hopefully will give you an idea of what a visiting assistant professor, aka a postdoc schedule looks like. And with that also I will give other items, other tasks that more senior tenure track mathematicians perform during an arbitrary week. Hopefully, it will give you some idea of our career. Many of you will have known all of them, but seeing them being compared and put into a Venn diagram probably will um, give you a new perspective. And to me, writing this down and preparing for this video basically helped me understand, wow, there's so many things that a mathematician performs that are maybe understated, and these small tasks just build up, and it just takes away so much time from any professional. And maybe me personally got to appreciate the effort and time that more senior mathematicians have put into advising me, into providing me with advice, and I just am very appreciative of them finding that time despite all the tasks that are on their desks every day. So without further ado, let's get into it. Presence in the classroom, but then you also hold office hours. You prepare for the course, of course, you prepare your notes, you at least review what you're going to talk about, you write and prepare exams and quizzes, you grade them, and so on. The so on, for example, includes if you're teaching a coordinated course with multiple sections, there's weekly meetings with the coordinator to well coordinate the material, exams are common, and grading should be consistent and whatnot. And if I'm doing two courses this semester, which is, I think, very reasonable and standard, and they meet three 1 hour sessions, so that's 6 hours just for physical presence here. For each course, I have at least 2 hours of office hour. That's 4 hours here. So that's the teaching part. And even if you are a very senior tenured mathematician, you still perform many of these duties. In this category, I can say, well, we have some projects in hand, some drafts that you're working with collaborators and stuff. So you meet them. I meet actually two of my collaborators over Zoom. Um, you edit, you discuss, you delete, you add, and so on. There is also just reading relevant literature, reading up on recent work, especially. So here people use different ways of doing that. I've talked about that actually before here. So archive is one way. You can subscribe to their emails and receive emails in your favorite subfields. Some people use maybe ResearchGate, where it also can alert you to new preprints by people and so on. Also, there's just personal emails and correspondence in this part. That's how some other people learn about things, and whatever it takes just to be able to publish finally, right? So I don't want to put like you put time into editing and typing and stuff, so that will be here in the logistics, the more kind of very physical parts of actually doing it. For me personally, I want to allocate some time to what I call learning next semester. That is where I want to catch up on mathematics that I always wanted to learn. Maybe there is a topic I know, say, in a shallow way, I can write the definition of things, but I don't have that grasp that I wish I had. And And there's a major concern to many people I've talked to. They just complain that there's just not enough time to learn new things and to go back and relearn things, especially, um, and also reading about mathematics that is not necessarily overlapping with your research. So I have some overlap here. So for some people, it's empty. For some people, it's really a big overlap. And I think the right there should be big overlap. Personally, I believe in this area. To me, this is just reading. Just read, and experiment with things. Read some paper, but also work out an example on your own. So really spend some time. Just think also maybe. You just think more deeply about stuff. Hopefully you learn something. There could also be theoretically some overlap between your teaching and research and learning. Those are all ideal things if you have an overlap of all three at some point. If you're teaching a very advanced course and it's a graduate course, you can turn it into a kind of inquiry-based learning where you encourage students to come up with really um, their own ideas, and you discuss things, and maybe at least you as a teacher uh, maybe see things in a different view that you didn't previously do. It doesn't feel that bad, right? After all, these are things many mathematicians enjoy doing, and I don't seem to have too many items, right? But let's go into just the logistics. So I already have typing and editing there, but then there is attending seminars. So per week, maybe there's a colloquium or some analysis seminar, algebra seminar that you wish to attend. And on average, there's at least one per week in a decent department. Um, to me, it applies to me this year applying to new jobs. So it takes a great amount of time to prepare your um, research statement, teaching statement, just doing the application process online, and then updating your website. Actually, this may apply to many people. So this is a difficult task. In fact, I see many people struggle to keep their websites up to date. Either their publications are not there since 2 years ago, or there's old broken links or something. So this is just something that takes some time. You referee things. So I will include everything here. Some of them apply to me personally and not. I don't referee that often, but I do write what is called Math Scinet reviews. It's just a service to community. You read a paper and you just write some summary or description of what it is all about to help people decide whether they want to get the actual article or not. But refereeing can be a taxing job depending on how many people agree to do. You have to read the whole paper, try to understand it. You're not the author. You have twice as much work to do to decipher what they wanted to do, whether the proofs are accurate or not, and so on. And traveling to conferences, this is actually a big deal. It's time consuming, money consuming. We'll get to actually money. So maybe tenured people are not worried about finding their next postdoc, but then they now have to apply to grant preparation, writing it up, and so many other things surrounding it. That is time consuming. Conferences just physically time consuming. Also, if you want to prepare and give talks and presentations, that's time consuming. Senior mathematicians do advising. They are PhD advisors. And that is a big responsibility. They have to meet with their students, and they have to, I don't know, find people for their defense committee, their different milestones they have to coordinate and whatnot. There's also, let me put this editorial thing. So some people also have editorial roles where they have to find referees for papers, match referees to papers, make decisions about accepting, rejecting papers, and so on. Also, senior mathematicians may work in admission committees, be it for jobs or for new PhD students. There is faculty meetings, and I'm assuming like just for someone who is not taking other more important significant responsibilities, like we're not talking about head of the department who has way more administrative work to do than just a professor. Organizing conferences, this is not just attending, but also you have to invite people, see for everything. You have to, I don't know, make sure there's coffee there, bathrooms work, and whatnot. It's just a stressful thing to me personally, that would be. And well, I personally have asked people to write letters of recommendation for me. It's been several years, and I keep bugging them with these requests. Um, but also, people write letters for other colleagues who apply for grants and things like that. So this is just a snapshot. I may have missed some items of what a mathematician does in their daily job. And when you add them up, it just becomes a lot. Just this logistics part. You come to your office, you are excited to begin a productive day. You want to do research, you want to study that paper, you want to look up that question, but then you remember, oh, has a deadline of this, and that has a deadline of that. You have to print that, you have to respond to that, oh, and so on. Okay, and now when it comes to me personally, there is also a new bubble for me, which may not apply to many other mathematicians, and that is the young measures. So I want to maintain this. I want to bring mathematics to people. And that has good overlap with my research and learning. Usually the videos reflect what I have recently learned or done in my research. It also takes a lot of time, and I have to say that I could not fit this into my schedule during the weekdays and usual hours. So these guys here, 8 hour here, 4 hours here, and of course I don't know how many hours for these. Pretty much fill up my whole day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Weekends or evenings, so maybe 3 hours per week is my hope, and that can lead to, realistically speaking, one video per week. So I want to really hear from you guys about what you think about this, and especially if you are in a certain stage in your career, you may chime in and have your opinion of how much you allocate to each of these bubbles. See you in the first math video of 2025 very soon.